Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, former head of state General Abdusalami Abubakar challenges Nigerians on nation building, says the country will survive its current challenges. Imo State Governor hails Supreme Court judgment, upholds his elections, described it as victory for over impunity. And residents of Anambra State cry out as erosion wreaks more havoc in the state. And Russian plane crashes in the Sinai region in Egypt, killing all 224 people on board. And on business news tonight, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the NNPC, posts 9 months operating losses of 437 billion naira.
And in sports news, Nigeria's Golden Eaglets ready to confront Brazil in the quarterfinal of the ongoing FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Chile.
We begin tonight in Nigeria's northeast region, where former head of state General Abdusalami Abubakar says that he is optimistic the country will survive its current challenges, especially regarding the insurgency in the northeast. General Abubakar, who was on a private visit to Yola, the Adamawa state capital, admitted that the challenges is enormous, but asked Nigerians to support the government in ending the menace of terrorism. He also says that the role of individuals and groups in the fight is crucial as the perpetrators of the heinous crimes come from within the society.
Nigeria, like you said, we are facing a lot of problems, from economy to security. But despite all this, inshallah, Nigeria will survive. Now, I want to call on all of us Nigerians to play their citizens' right, their citizens' role, their citizen responsibility, in that all these criminals are amongst us. They have brothers, they have sisters, they have friends. It is left for us to report to the authorities so that these people can be fished out. Again, Nigeria cannot survive without discipline. Each and everyone has a role to play. Be you a reporter, a driver, a messenger, you have got a citizen's right. You as a reporter, what is your role? Inform citizens, and please, I keep saying, please verify. Because anybody reading newspaper or hearing something from the television, from the radio, he believes it is gospel true. So please verify, and don't start inciting people by your media. So in this way, all of us can join hands together. The governor of Adamawa State cannot rule without your support. You have to give him support, you have to give him information, and also you have to understand the problem he's facing in governing the country. In the same way, the president has a lot of problems he inherited. He cannot go it alone.
Former head of state Abdusalami Abubakar. The governor of Imo State has been speaking on the judgment of the Supreme Court, which upheld his election, saying it's a victory for the people. Governor Rochas Okorocha told Channels Television that the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, should not have approached the judiciary to ask for the nullification of his victory.
The Supreme Court ruling is a victory for the people of Imo State. It's a victory for democracy. It's a victory that is ordained by God. In the first place, there was no reason for that court case, really, given the history of the election and what transpired. There was just no reason for that election. I mean, for the court case at all, because if there's anyone who ought to go to court, was us going to court for what happened in those 3 local governments where there were outright rape of democracy. There was this power on court from high that was intimidating everyone that was not who was not part of the ruling party. So we went to this election just with the people and God Almighty. And so we suffered humiliation, we suffered all sorts of impunity. But so I didn't see the reason at all for that court case.
The Imo State Governor, Rochas Okorocha. In the meantime, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has urged all the parties in the dispute over the Wuye ultra-modern market in Abuja to reconcile their differences and allow the market to open. Traders who were relocated from Bakassi Market in Abuja and the developer All-Purpose Shelter have been in and out of court over payment and rights of ownership of the market space. This development is not only causing the markets to be shut for more than a year now since its commissioning in 2014. It has also led to serious protests and clashes between the traders and the police, who are constantly at the markets to maintain law and order.
It's more than 1 week now since these traders had this clash with the police, who are on constant guard at the Wuye market entrance in Abuja. The protesting traders are accusing the developer of using the police against them and ignoring a court judgment which they say is in their favor.
The contractor said that it belongs to him, which I've never seen ever in the whole world, that the public market belongs to an individual. I've never seen it in the whole world. And we went to court. At the end, the court ruled, and this is the court judgment, and the court ruled that the Wuye market or the Mali market should give it to the trader that we are relocated to the place. And the contractor saw the woman of former governor of Benue State refused to release it to the traders and said that everybody should pay 4 million, 6 million.
While the permanent secretary, Federal Capital Territory, has urged the aggrieved parties to reconcile their differences, the spokesperson to the traders say they are still being intimidated and blackmailed.
Whatever problem is emanating from an agreement, people disagree after even having an agreement. So they should all work together for a common purpose, which is let that market go, let there be peace, and let there be rule of law. That's what everybody should do. And that's what we have tried to do, try to advise all the parties involved.
If you don't agree with a court judgment, no matter how stupid, you appeal. Even if you can't appeal, you file stay of execution. They did not do all this. Rather, they resort to self-help because they have people that are connected with the police, they have people that are connected with people in the society, and they are intimidating us. In the face of the court, from our counsel, we also know that the integrity of the BOT, because he got it from the court, is that they have to build and manage it for 15 years. Then, the whole fraud goes like this. If they are to build and manage it for 15 years, and now you are selling some of the shop for 4 million naira, 5 million naira, 12 million naira, is it at the end of 15 years we are going to get it back from those who have sold it, or what?
Meanwhile, the market developer said it is in court to seek further interpretation of the judgment and hopes the issues will be resolved soon.
Developer does not really have serious issues with the judgment. But as a result of this controversy, in this recent controversy, developer has also gone back to the court for a further and better interpretation of that judgment.
Since this process started, we have engaged. Even last week, FCTA, Abuja Investment, we still had meetings. And I believe strongly that anywhere from now, everything will be sorted out.
The Wuye market was completed in 2012 and commissioned in 2014. Since then, no subscriber has been allowed to trade in their shops because of the disagreement between these traders and the developer.
Meanwhile, tension is also mounting in Edo State as some youths under the aegis of the Edo Civil Society Organization have vowed to resist every attempt by government to enforce the state land use charge law. Members of the group who took to the streets in protest in Benin City, the state capital, said that government has no legal right to collect the charges as the case is already in court. But the state government is not taking this threat lightly as it is considering taking legal action against the youth.
About 2 months ago, the Edo State government decided to step up the enforcement of the land use charge law. Since then, however, there has been intense agitations against the law from the civil society, particularly members of the Edo Civil Society group. For this group, the actions of government is illegal.
He not there anywhere for our law that a man buy land by himself, he settle community people by himself, he do power by himself, he buy electric pole by himself, he buy electric wire by himself, he buy transformer by himself, he do road by himself, he pay vigilante to come guard the house by himself. Government don't come from back. Say make the person come begin pay for that land.
However, the Edo State government says it is not aware of any injunction against the enforcement of the land use charge law, adding that it is considering legal actions against the group.
We have not been in court on any case on this land use charge. It is only recently Barrister Alfred Obame submitted a court summons, that is summoning the Edo State government to court on this issue. But there is no injunction or any kind of injunction against the Edo State government on this land use charge issue. What has happened is Edo State government has successfully secured orders against defaulters of the land use charge. I'm not aware that they are party of any case or party to any case in court. And if you are dissatisfied with any court order, the law prescribes what you need to do. You need to go to the appeal court. You cannot go on air and start inciting citizenry against government. That is seditious. And again, the so-called civil society or the amorphous members of this so-called civil society might find themselves in court very soon defending themselves against some of these seditious statements they are making.
The land use charge law enacted since 2012 aims at making landowners in choice areas of Benin City pay annual taxes. The state governments insist that it is not targeted at low-income earners.
In part two, after the break, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria promises to speed up work at the Port Harcourt International Airport. Join us again.